On the behalf of Sharad Institute of Technology Polytechnic, good morning all students. Welcome to this online lecture session. I am Ms. S.P. Phadtare, working as a lecturer in IT department. In previous lecture, we completed our third chapter, that is multiplexing and switching. In that multiplexing and switching, we already learned the multiplexing techniques and the switching techniques. There are many multiplexing techniques like frequency division multiplexing, which is analog technique, time division multiplexing, which is digital technique, and the wavelength division multiplexing, which is also an analog technique. And the time division multiplexing again divided into synchronous time division multiplexing and the asynchronous time division multiplexing. As well as we learned the concept of switching. In that switching, there are three types of switching. First is the circuit switching, which is used for the telephone network operation, packet switching, which is used for the internet operation, and the message switching, which is used for the telegraph network operations. And the last point we discussed in previous lecture, that is spread spectrum technique. There are mainly two types of spread spectrum technique, that is frequency hopped spread spectrum technique, that is FHSS, and the direct sequence spread spectrum technique, that is DSSS. This is all about the recall or the revision of multiplexing and switching technique. Now in this lecture we start the new chapter, that is error detection and correction. This is our fourth chapter, which is having a 16 marks chapter. Next point is the vision and mission of our department. In previous lecture, we already see the vision and mission of our department. The vision means ability to think about or plan the future with the imagination. And to achieve this vision, we define these three mission statements. The vision of our department is to excel in information technology engineering education, to produce professionally competent engineers with lifelong learning attitude for the accomplishment of ever-growing needs of society and industry. The mission statement of our department is quality education, professional skills, and the professional ethics. First is to provide the quality education through effective teaching learning methodologies with the stimulating environment for preparing technical and professional competent engineers. Next mission statement is to build up professional skills in a student that will help them to succeed and progress in their personal and professional career. And the next and last mission statement is to imbibe professional ethics and the social responsibilities in student for the society and environment. This is our mission and vision statement of our department. Next point is the course outcomes of our chapter or course outcome of our DCO course. First, in this chapter, this is the course outcome, that is identify types of transmission errors and the error correction techniques. Course outcome means student will be able to do. This is meant by course outcome. After completion of this course, means after completion of error detection and correction chapter, student will be able to explain major functions of the given layers of OSI reference model. Also, student will be able to explain with a sketch the working of a given error detection and correction method. And student will be able to describe the process of a given types of framing And last is explain the mechanism of given error control technique. After completion of this course means error detection and correction course, student will be able to explain all the things. This is the course outcome. Next point is the OSI reference model. In this chapter, first point is the OSI reference model. In OSI reference model means or open source, it is also called as a open system interconnection. OSI is a reference model, internationally standardized network architecture. It is internationally standardized network architecture and it is a open system interconnection which deals with the open system. Means that system open for the communication with other system. Means that the OSI defines the standards by which computers can communicate together. Means for communication purpose we use the OSI reference model. And the open system interconnection model is developed by the ISO in 1984. Means the International Organization for Standardization. It is commonly referred to as a OSI reference model. OSI model is also referred as a OSI reference model. Next point is the OSI model is theoretically blueprint that helps us to understand how data gets from one user's computer to the another. Means the transmission receiving means transmitting a data, how to transmit a data or how to get data from one user's computer to the another. So that OSI is a theoretically blueprint which is help to get data from the user's computer. And it is also a model that helps to develop the standards so that all of our hardware and software talks nicely to each other. Means communication between hardware and software is easily. Next point is there are mainly 7 layers in the OSI model and each layer is responsible for a particular aspects of a data communication. There are mainly 7 layers of a OSI model. Remember these things. There are mainly 7 layers in a OSI model. For example, one layer may be responsible for establishing a connection between devices, and while another layer may be responsible for error checking during the transfer. This is the functions of our each and every layers. The layer of a OSI model are divided into 2 groups. The OSI model mainly divided into 2 groups, that is upper layer and the lower layer. And the upper layer focuses on the user's applications. It is focuses on user's application, means how files are represented on the computer prior to transport. And for the most part, network engineers are more concerned with the lower layers. And the lower layers that concentrate on how to communication across a network actually occurs. This is the lower layers functions. ISO is the organization and OSI is the model. Remember this, ISO is the organization and the OSI is the model. And the OSI reference model is developed by ISO. The OSI model logically groups the functions and sets the rules. Set of rules is called as a protocols. We already see the definition of protocol in the first chapter. Necessary to establish and conduct the communication between 2 or more parties. The model consists of 7 functions, often referred as layers. The 7 functions is called as 7 layers. The OSI defines the standards by which the computers can communicate together. And the OSI is simply a set of protocols which govern the various aspects of a networking. The reference model defined by the OSI is also an excellent model to understand how network works. And in an OSI model, the network or a data communication is defined into the 7 layers. Remember this In the OSI model, the network or data communication is defined into the 7 layers, and each layer of the OSI model provides the services for the next higher layer. The OSI or in a OSI model, the packets are sent from one layer to the another layer in the order of the layers from top to bottom on the sending computer and then reverse order on the receiving computer. Let us see how it works, means how the layers work together. Next point is the layered task. This concept, or we use the concept of layers in our daily life. As an example, suppose let us consider two friends who communicate through a postal mail, and the process of sending a letter to a friend would be complex, and if there is no services available from the post office. Suppose the process of sending a letter to a friend would be complex if there were no services available from the post office. So we cannot communicate with the friend from the mail. Next point. This is the example. Here this is the sender, this is the receiver. Sender sends a letter and receiver received that by using a layered process. First of all, the letter is written, put into an envelope and dropped in a mailbox. After that, second layer is the letter is carried from the mailbox to a post office, and the third layer is the letter is delivered to a carrier by the post office, and this is the parcel is carried from source to destination. Next is the letter is delivered from the carrier to the post office. This is the lower layers. This is the middle layer and this is the higher layer. And the letter is carried from the post office to the mailbox. And the last point is the letter is picked up, removed from the envelope and the read. Means sender sends the letter and receiver receives that letter, and this process is called as a layered process, which is used in our daily life. Means layer concept is used in our daily life. Next point is this is the 7-layer OSI model. In this 7-layer OSI model, the packets are sent from one layer to the another layer. It is sent from one layer to the another layer from top to bottom. It sends from a top to bottom or a reverse, or then it in a reverse order on the receiving computer. First of all, 7-layer, layer number 7 is the application layer. Layer number 6 is the presentation layer. Layer number 5 is the session layer. Layer number 4 is the transport layer. Layer number 3 is the network layer. And layer number 2 is the data link layer. And layer number 1 is the physical layer. This is the layer 7 OSI model. This 3 is the upper layer and this 4 is the lower layer. Transport layer is the heart of our OSI model. This is the upper layer. These 3, application, presentation and session, is the upper layer. Transport, network, data link and physical layer is the lower layer. 1 to 4 is related to the communication technologies. These 1 to 4 layers are related to the communication technologies, and 5 to 7 layers are related to the users applications. These 3 are the related to the users applications. Next point is this is a OSI reference model. Application, presentation, the higher layer of the OSI reference model is the application layer, and the lower layer of the OSI model is the physical layer. Remember these things. Layer number 7 is the application layer at the top of the OSI model. At the down or last lower layer is the physical layer. Application, presentation, session, transport layer, network layer, data link layer and the physical layer. This is the 7 OSI reference model. Next point is this is the 7-layer OSI model. In this OSI model, the packets are sent from one layer to another layer in order of the layers from top to bottom. Sender sends the data from top to bottom, that is layer 7 to layer 1, and the receiver receives the data from reverse order, means the bottom to top order. So that the software layer, these three are the software layers. This is the transport layer, is the heart of a OSI model, and this is related to the hardware layers. Next is this is the process. Sender sends the data and receiver receives that data from bottom to top hierarchy, and the sender sends the data from top to bottom, means packet sends the top layer to the bottom layer, means sender sends the data application, after that it is goes to the presentation layer, after that session layer. Why we use the OSI models? Because the OSI defines the standard by which computers can communicate together. And the last is the physical layer. Sender sends the data from application to physical. So that layer number 7 is the application, which is highest layer, and the layer number 1, that is the physical layer, which is the lowest layer. After that it is transmitted from the transmission media. This is the transmission media or a physical link. This is the layer 1, which is the physical layer at the receiving end, and the application layer at the bottom layer. Next is the functions of each and every OSI model. The application layer interact with the application programs and is the highest level of the OSI model, that is layer 7. Application layer is the topmost layer, that is layer 7 of the OSI model, and the application layer provides the interface and the services that supports users application and provides the general access of to the network. Application layer serves as a windows for the application to access the network services. Means the application layer provides the network services directly to the user's application, such as a web browser, email softwares, and the Windows Explorer. This layer is said to be the closest to the users, and the protocol that operate on this layer includes TLNAT. TLNAT is the terminal network which provides a connection to the remote computer in such a way that a local terminal appears at a remote site. Next is the HTTP. HTTP is a hypertext transfer protocol which is used to send the data between a web browser and a website. Next is the FTP. This is a file transfer protocol which is a standard network protocol used for transfer of computer files between client and server on a computer network. Next is the TFTP. TFTP is a trivial file transfer protocol like FTP. TFTP uses a client server software to make the connection between two devices. Next is a SMTP. SMTP is a simple mail transfer protocol, is a standard protocol which is used for sending emails across a network. Next is the NTP protocol, which is the standard for the network time protocol, and it is an internet protocol. NTP is an internet protocol used to synchronize the clocks of a computer to sometimes the reference, and the SNMP is the simple network management protocol, and this is the internet protocol used to collect and organizing the information about the managed devices on a IP network, and this protocol operate on these application layers, which is included in this application layers. Application layer is the topmost layer, that is the layer 7 of the OSI model. Next is the functions of the application layers. There are mainly 5 functions of application layer. First is the network remote. The network remote terminal means it allows a user to log on to a remote host. This is the working of a network remote terminal. This is the first function of the application layer, which is done by the Telnet protocol. Next is the file transfer, access and the management. In this FTIM, this application allows a user to access the files in a remote computer, to retrieve the files from a remote computer and to manage or control the files in a remote computers. Means to accessing a files, retrieving a files from remote computer and the managing or controlling the files in a remote computer. This is the working of a next function of a next, that is file transfer, access and management. Next is the mail service. This application provides the basics of email forwarding and storage. Means SMTP. This is working on a SMTP protocol. SMTP means a simple mail transfer protocol, is a standard protocol used for sending a mails across a network. And this application, mail service application, provides the basics of for email forwarding and storage. Next is the remote login. This layers allows the logging into a host which is a remote. And next is the network abstraction. Provides an abstraction for underlying network to an end user and an application. This is the application layers function. First is a network remote terminal. Second is a file transfer, access and the management. Next is the mail service. Next is a remote logins and the last is a network abstraction. Application layer is a topmost layer in a OSI model. That is the layer number 7. And it is the closest to the user. Means this layer is said to be a closest to the user's layers, and these protocols are used in this layer. Next point is the presentation layer. In OSI model, the 6th layer of OSI is the presentation layer, and this layer represents the data in a particular format. To application layer, it provides the data in a particular format in a application layer. It defines or handles the data encryption, data compression, conversions and the other coding functions. The specifications defined at this layer includes the GIF. GIF means a graphics interchange for the format. And it is a bitmap image format. GIF is a bitmap image format and it is the graphics interchange format. Next is a TIFF. TIFF is a tagged image file format and it is an industry standard designed for handling a raster and the bitmap images. Next is the JPEG. JPEG is the Joint Photographic Expert Group. This is the name of a committee that created JPEG standards. Next is the MPEG. MPEG is a Moving Picture Expert Group, which is a working group of authorities or authorized that was formed by the ISO. Next is a MIME. MIME is a Multipurpose Internet Mail Extension. And next, last is the ASCII. ASCII is the American Standard Code for the Information Interchange. Is a character encoding standard for electronic communication. These specifications is defined at this layer in a presentation layers. Means the data, this layer represents the data in a particular format to the application layers. The presentation layer defines the format in which the data is to be exchanged between the two communicating entities. The functions of the presentation layer is the translations, encryptions and the... In a translation, suppose different computers uses the different encoding systems and the presentation layer is responsible for interoperability between these different encoding methods. And the presentation layer at the sender changes the information from its sender dependent format into a common format, and the presentation layer at the receiving machine changes the common format into its receiver dependent format. Means sender translator used to translate the like for example English to Spanish or Spanish to English, dependent on a sender and receiver's format. Next is the encryption. Encryption, this process of rendering a message or a data unusable to all, but it is intended that recipient who have the ability to decrypt it. Means encryption is the security purpose. And the compression means reduces the number of bits to be transmitted, means the saves the network's bandwidth. It saves the network bandwidth. This functions is done at the presentation layers, that is translations means the changing sender dependent format into the receiving dependent format. Encryptions means the process of rendering a message, and the last is the compression means reduces the number of bits. Next layer is the session layer. Session layer is the fifth layer of OSI model, and the session layer establish, maintain the interconnections or interactions between the communicating systems. The session layer is responsible for a dialog control and the synchronization. This layer requests for a logical connections to be established on an end user's request. Any necessary logon or a password validation is also handled by this layer. And the session layer is also responsible for terminating the connections, means creating a connections, means creating a logical connections, and terminating the connection, it is done at the session layer. This layer also provides the service like dialog discipline, which can be a full duplex and a hop duplex. Session layer can also provide the checkpointing mechanism such that if a failure of some sort occurs between the checkpoints, all the data can be retransmitted from the last checkpoints. Means suppose say failure of some data, it retransmitted from the last checksum. This is also the session layer provides these services. The function of the session layer is the session establishment, maintenance, and the termination. Session support, dialog control, and the synchronization, means dialog separation or a synchronization. In this session establishment, maintenance, and termination, it allows the two application processes on a different machine to establish, use, and terminate a connection called as a session. Next is the session support. Session support, it performs the function that allows these processes to communicate over a network and performing security, name recognition, and logging, and so on. And the dialog control is the function of session layer that determines which device will communicate first and the amount of data that will be sent, means which device communication first and the amount of data that will be sent is decided by the session layer. When a device is contacted first, the session layer is responsible for determining which device participating in the communication and will transmit at a given time, as well as controlling the amount of data that can be sent in a transmission. This is called as a dialog control. And this type of dialog control that can make or that can take place include the simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. Next is a dialog separation or synchronization. This session layer or the session layer is also responsible for adding the checkpoint or a markers within a message. It adds the checkpoint or a markers within a message, means this process of inserting a markers to the stream of a data is known as a dialog separation or a synchronization. This is the functions of a session layer. This is all about our today's lecture. Out of 7 lectures, we discussed in this lecture application, presentation, and session layer. In a next lecture, we discuss the previous 4 layer, that is the transport layer, network, data link, and physical layer, which is the lower layer. Network, data, and physical layer is the lower layer in a OSI model, and transport is the heart of our OSI model. And the OSI model is the open system interconnection, which is also called as a reference model, and which is developed by the ISO. ISO is the organization means the International Organization for Standardization, and the working of this application, presentation and session layers.